Welcome back to The Express at Newlands Fitness Center in Langley with the boot camp effect. A new year, a new you. We've talked fitness and makeovers, so how about relationships? I don't know, maybe you're looking for some more companionship. Maybe you're looking for some increased personal responsibility and accountability. Well, either way, a pet might be the way to go. I know, you thought I'd say dating service.
If you're looking for a new pet, trying to find Nemo, or you have an appetite for the unusual, there are literally dozens of pets beyond the conventional cat and dog.
Most of these things are things that will give you what you want from them when you want it. They'll sit on you and be your friend when you want one.
Welcome to Aquariums West, home to some unique and low-maintenance pets suitable to almost any lifestyle. For example, there are 2 rules for fish. Don't overfeed them and clean out 1/3 of the water in their tank.
And if you're spending more than 5 minutes a week on it, you may be a little anal.
And with smaller tanks on the market, you can put them anywhere.
People who really like tanks, they want to have something that fits in a Yaletown apartment or fits on their desk at work, and so the manufacturers have finally come around.
But you may want something that you can hold on to. What is this?
This is a bearded dragon. And these guys are really, really friendly lizards. One of the better ones for kids, adults, anybody who really doesn't have a lot of free time. They're true omnivores, so they'll eat essentially anything. Another nice part about these guys too is being a desert animal, they really don't need to drink much water. Right?
Right.
Yeah, we're just gonna
Hi
come
there.
on your shoulder there.
Oh God.
It's okay.
He's really quite cute. Okay, let's move on to something a little softer.
This is a ball python. It's one of the more common snakes that people tend to get for smaller households in the city because they really don't take a lot of room. These guys eat live mice though, so that's not something for everybody.
So you have to be able to feed them.
You do have
live
to be able
mice.
to feed them live mice.
And you can feed a python like this for just $3 a week.
So now you're going to show me something a little more warm and fuzzy, right?
That's something that you might enjoy a little bit more than the
Okay.
snake. Come here.
Or not. Okay, as I'm about to learn, there is nothing scary about dagoos.
Kind of like a gerbil if you think about it, the way they look. Care-wise though, you make sure you don't want to give them anything too sweet because these guys are essentially diabetic and you never want to grab them by their tail. So usually you'll get a couple of these guys, keep them for keeping each other company.
Yeah.
They actually make really cute sounds. They kind of chirp like birds.
If you're starting to rethink that dog, Cam would like you to consider this.
You're walking around at midnight with a plastic bag on your hand. Not man's best friend in my books, I'll tell you.
That's some food for thought. I'm Bianca Solterbeck in Vancouver for The Express.
One of the best kid-friendly pets is the bearded dragon because they're easy to handle. They only eat once or twice a week, and they're happy to sit with you and watch TV. Sounds so cuddly, doesn't it? Anyway, you can find out more at aquariumswest.com because right now we're moving from pets to playthings, looking at the hottest tech devices for 2011 and how they can make your life even easier.
Let's get ourselves connected.
With the unrelenting explosion of technology have come shows like this one.
Again, it's the libretto from Toshiba, a little powerhouse packed in a tiny package.
Host Mike Agrabo says 2011 will be about tablets.
I got something cool here. This is called the ZagMat, and it essentially turns your iPad into a little mini computer here. You've got the full keyboard, so you can actually type to your heart's content.
Perfect for people who enjoy the tactile qualities of a keyboard.
Myself, I'm a business traveler. I go to Toronto a lot, and I actually just pack my iPad now because I can get all my presentations on here, I can still stay connected, and I've just got this tiny little tablet. I don't have to pack all that extra weight.
The keyboard is Bluetooth enabled, and this tandem team could, he says, replace the laptop.
Why don't we just do a quick side-by-side comparison then between, I guess, what most people would have, a laptop of this size.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the Air, so this is pretty small.
That's probably one of the thinnest notebooks out there, but you can see there is a major size difference.
It's reported that Apple is planning to ship some 36 million of these this year alone.
Why have tablets become so popular as of late?
Well, I think really iPad and Apple have really kind of reinvigorated this whole kind of category. And I think the simple reason is because of the size and just all the different kind of applications that you can use. What made them successful is they were building upon the whole iPhone and the iPod Touch. They already had hundreds of thousands of apps or little games and software applications that were available right out of the box that this thing could use.
Many companies are fighting tooth and nail to loosen Apple's market share stranglehold, sitting at around 75%.
This is something new from Samsung. This is probably the second most popular tablet out in the market today, and essentially it's running the Android operating system. You can see it's a smaller size than the iPad. You could almost pretty well fit 2 of these inside the same dimensions as an iPad, but for many people they like the smaller size because it's easier for them to tote around.
Lisa, smile.
One thing that this does have is that it's got a camera built in, as you can see right now. So it's got a front-facing and a rear-facing camera, so you can take pictures, but you can also do video conferencing, which is kind of a neat feature.
Android is a term creeping into the modern lexicon, and it has nothing to do with humanoid robots.
We hear so much about, the iPhone and the BlackBerry, but the dominant operating system coming up the next year is going to be Android. Android was developed by Google, and what's made it so successful is they've basically given their operating system out free to all the handset manufacturers. And so already they've got, I think, over 100,000 apps available through the Google Android store.
I'll send you the file right away, right now. Okay, thanks, bye.
These effectively turn your humble phone into a scaled-down computer.
You can use it as a GPS navigation device, a game player. You can watch movies, listen to music. I mean, there's so many different functions that you can use.
2011 will no doubt see a battle between tech titans. In the end, it's usually the consumer that comes out on top. In Vancouver, I'm Peter Kim for The Express.
Get Connected airs on Saturday mornings on the Business News Network and also on CKNW Radio. And if you go to getconnectedmedia.com, you can get the times and the channels. Now you're watching The Express, and if you stay with us, we're going to get you connected to your resolution solutions for 2011. Josh, that looks really hard. You really think I'm going to be able to do that?
Well, if you can, we'll just have to change it up. That's what we're all about here.
Up next on The Express, the Atomic Push-Up Challenge with Langley's Boot Camp Effect.
So many different muscle groups working right now.
Which one of those do you think would be the right?
A Surrey Finance Specialist Credit Master Quiz. The Express. This is your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by...
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.
The word spreads around and round, so we gon' catapult into your town. Hold on, we about to take the rhythm up and away, and leave the critics up with nothing to say. The word spreads around and round, so we gon' catapult into your town. Hold on, we about to take the rhythm up and away, and leave the critics up with nothing to say. Yeah, we're flossing out authenticity. Rickety balance on all your bristle like chicken and salad. You ain't fit to be.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by...
Makeup services for Shaw TV, provided by Beauty Mark.
The Atomic Push-Up. Welcome back to The Express with Josh and the Boot Camp Effect in Langley. Josh, that looks really hard. You really think I'm going to be able to do that?
Well, if you can, we'll just have to change it up. That's what we're all about here. Modifying exercise at the Boot Camp Effect.
Okay. The Atomic Push-Up Challenge. Let me try it. And tell me why it's good for me.
The hardest part about this is getting your feet out of the slings.
So you say. All right.
So I say.
So you say. I think this is going to be the easiest part somehow.
All right, so you're starting off in a push-up position.
Okay.
So get comfortable there. Abs are braced.
Oh yes, this is really comfortable.
So let's see a push-up. You don't have to go all the way to ground. There we go, beauty. Now bring those knees up. Bring those knees up. There we go.
That's the easy part.
This is a total body ab exercise. We got push-ups. We're working the chest. We're working the shoulders. We're working the deltoids. Nicely done. So many different muscle groups working right now. Let's take a rest.
Oh.
So like, this would be the easiest version of this exercise. Against the wall.
Actually, this would be the easiest version of this exercise.
Nice work, Johanna.
Woo! High back challenge, down low. Guys, For more of Josh's intense workouts and modifications, you can get his class schedule online at thebootcampeffect.com. He teaches here at Newlands Fitness Center in Langley. Now, we can't have a New Year, New You Express special without talking about finances. So up next, some tips and tricks to help you be a savvy spender or saver for 2011.
Now we're going to look at what your spending is currently. And so, do you have a mortgage or do you rent?
It's the new year and the perfect time for a financial makeover.
So this is the month that we usually see a lot of new clients because it's the New Year's resolution. This is the year I'm going to do it, I'm going to fix it, I'm going to whatever. You know, we worked through the budget, what your income was.
But clients may not be too thrilled about the advice Margaret has to give them.
Are you sticking to the plan that we did? The first thing I would tell them to do is to stop spending. You know, stop spending. Actually look at where you are. Sit down with a pen and write down how much debt you're in, what your income is, what you think your expenses are, and that will give you some indication of how to start to deal with the debt.
And if debt reduction is the goal, Margaret urges clients to cut up their credit cards.
It's an exercise that is very emotional for many people because they rely on these pieces of plastic. Credit cards have allowed us to use money that is not ours. What's the cost of that? Interest. And it's not just simple interest. It's compounded interest on the same money until you finally get it paid off. You have paid interest upon interest upon interest on that money. So if you're buying something on sale, because it's on sale and you're putting it on your credit card, it's not on sale unless you pay it off at the end of the month.
A passion for this type of financial education led Margaret to develop a game on Facebook to answer some key questions.
Do you want to learn about student loans? Do you want to learn about mortgages? Do you want to learn about debt collectors and what your rights are as well as what your responsibilities are? I think most of us do.
Her informational Facebook game is a series of quizzes with the correct answers given in video format. It's a great place to start with your financial New Year's resolutions.
Even if you don't change everything, if you just change one thing. This year I'm not going to go to, or I am going to do, don't wait. It won't change itself. Your finances are a part of you, and they are a reflection of how you are living your life. It's got nothing to do with good and bad, but you can make this change. You definitely have the power to change this.
In Surrey, I'm Kendall Harris for The Express.
You can try out Margaret's Credit Master quiz on Facebook, and you can also find out more about her online at margaretjohnson.ca. And you're watching our Express New Year, New You special. So I'll give you one guess where we're shining today's Express Spotlight.
Start the new year right with a workshop on yoga and nutrition. This workshop outlines easy-to-follow nutritional guidelines followed by a yoga practice that focuses on detoxifying the system. Too many unused hair and skin products under your sink? Pack them up and take them to Strands in Gastown, where someone will show you how to make your products work for you. Take part in a dating event where women don't wait for the men to make them move. Enjoy an evening with motivational speakers, flirty ice-breaking games, and DJs getting the dancing going.
And that's it for today's Express, all about resolution solutions from Newlands Fitness Center in Langley. Now, this is our first show back for the brand new year, and I tell you, we hit the ground running. We've got all kinds of shows coming up to help you make the most of 2011. I'm Johanna Worden on behalf of all of us on the Express. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time. In the meantime, here's a look at the local art scene.